Quite overwhelmed, Apon. Able to get in there, and now he's going to go up against Arsenal. He's good for it.
Então agora, o Liazzi já está preparado, mas vem o Gel da noite, é o ultimate do Yu para dar uma travada. O Pala acelerou o Liazzi!
Smick standing here with Coach Fraud after we see MIBR defeat Evil Geniuses on map number 1. That map bind, it was EG's map pick. A lot of people predicted they would be the ones to take this whole series, but MIBR playing extremely well. I know technically there's nothing to lose here, but I also know the players really want to win this one. So what was the preparation like?
Well, we didn't have much time to practice with this set team. And our focus is to win regardless of where we stand in the standings and stuff like that. So I felt like this week we just decided to really refocus on stuff, come up with some new ideas. The guys basically just told me to come up with some new comps, new ideas, and I think that that's working out. And, they kind of fell into our trap when it came to the pick and ban. So we're hoping to close this one out 2-0, but if not, then we'll be very confident on the third map with a nice comp as well.
It's amazing to hear. Best of luck on Lotus.
Okay, all right, I like that. Coach Fraud letting us know that they've been cooking up some stuff, and that leads to an MIBR victory on Bind, and they're just one map away from being able to win their first series of this stage, which would be massive for them and an accomplishment, for them, because, like, hear what Coach Fraud said, they have not had a lot of time with this team, right? Let's not forget, they were playing with stand-ins at the start of this stage.
This is the best I've seen MIBR look in forever, I think. I think this is better than the Kickoff form.
How about raise that one more to say ever?
Yeah, I mean, that is what I said. Famously, I did say ever, but
the words were there.
I mean, this comp was super sick. I love the rounds on the attacking side. I think a lot of people feel like the Deadlock Cypher stuff is pretty defensive-sided, but I feel like on the attacking side, they used it so incredibly well in setting up these post punts. The way that the Aussie was moving the sensors around, using all of these different pieces of utility, made it just a massive pain for EG to ever fight into these retakes.
Yeah, I think it's really effective when the attack round becomes the defensive round. And I think when you see that in the post plants, like you were saying, Mimi, but also, I mean, the second half was just such a stomp. It was a 7-5 half, and I think it ended, 13-7, 13-8? Like, it wasn't close at all, and I think a lot of it was in large part to Liazzi and what he was able to do with the Deadlock. We talked about it at the beginning. The combo of Deadlock with Cypher is just so miserable, and why it was nerding out about it on the cast. There's so many different looks that they can show. This comp, Cypher Deadlock comp, I believe is still undefeated in officials. Like, it's ridiculous how effective this comp is right now.
Yeah, I mean, you guys feel the same way about this composition because it did look really amazing.
Just look how they had to play on defense in the second half there. Artson just chilling, literally offsite, has the Cypher just chilling, not doing anything.
Yeah, it's pretty nutty. That Deadlock Cypher, awesome to watch. Curious to see, whether or not more teams are going to be implementing it. I think it's safe to say that it probably will if we keep seeing it work out this way. But for now, though, let's send it over to Potter. It's actually standing by with Smix for map 2.
Smick standing here with Coach Potter after the map number 1 loss against MIBR. There's no question this isn't the result at all that I'm sure you expected. You look very disappointed. What is going through your head specifically? And lastly, now that we're towards the end of stage 2, what are your reflections and learning lessons from this whole year?
Learning lessons, definitely a lot of curveballs this year, I think, for our squad, and even this map Bind was one of them. The double Sentinels definitely threw us off a lot. They had some beautiful executes, definitely threw us off our game on the defense, but we got to bounce back. That's what we've been working on all year, is being able to have that resilience, and we show it in scrims every day. So my hope is that we show up here in map 2 on stage.
Hopefully we see it on Lotus. Good luck.
Thank you.
Very interesting parallels between what we were hearing from Coach Fraud versus what we were hearing from Coach Potter. For Coach Potter, it was about resiliency. Hey, they caught us off guard. We weren't like that double Sensi comp was wild. Then for Coach Fraud, it's like, we got more in the oven. It's coming out pretty soon. Cookies are for dinner.
All I'm asking is, well, where was it before, man? That's what I gotta know. Because what's the point?
Well, it sounded like because it was like the last week, it was just like, all right, Coach, go nuts.
Yeah. I should have been doing this, though. Fraud is that guy when it comes to cooking
I think it was literally a time thing. We saw the comps they were playing were honk. They're locking solo
That's
stack.
analysis.
They're
right
playing
there.
comfort. And now I think they finally actually had enough time to scrim with their new guys to implement the ideas that I imagine they've wanted to play for a while.
Yeah, no, of course. Also, I can't get over the fact that all you guys look like you're in therapy, and I'm like helping you right now from the position where I am right now.
I like you and respect you a lot. I would not trust you as my therapist. I wouldn't.
Honestly, base. Yeah, true.
Wait,
to be fair, I agree.
Out of everyone at VCT, I would trust him the most. He was a social worker before he was in esports.
This is true. I was a social worker.
Wait, so it's less base.
That is deep Golden Boy lore right there.
We just did some history there.
That is wild.
Please help me. He won't take me back.
He won't take you back?
I feel like I'm in the
Crazy.
middle of
Yeah.
You guys here.
I feel like I've been in the
So
middle.
when he says those things, how does that make you feel?
I'm gonna sit next to him.
Oh, there you go. Okay, we got four assists again.
That's why this is happening.
I'm down, please.
Somewhere Baby's watching, he's sweating. You know, you're not there yet to hold hands?
No, I'm too hurt.
Damn, son, that's crazy. Oh, wait, he's going for the touch. Well, we'll see if these two guys can reconcile their relationship differences. And for now, though, we're going to send it over to a quick break. Got Uber and Wyatt, who are going to get into Agent Select after this. Don't go anywhere. Plenty more matches coming on the other side. And I'm going to take care of these guys.
No.
So how does that make you feel?
Just one look at Potter's face there at the half-time for Evil Geniuses, and you could see it was more than just disappointment, of course, there. This is a team that's come a long way this season from zero expectations. All of a sudden, the people really thinking they would be a factor in the playoffs. Now, they've dropped a map to the undisputably worst team in Americas. MIBR shock them on Bind. Come in with a double sentinel composition that they, frankly, are just not ready to deal with. So heading into Lotus now, it's quite clear that there's some belts that need to be tightened.
I mean, you are right. It is undisputed. Unfortunately, he's got the numbers in front of him. But that might be changing. That might be changing today. It might be one map away from
you do know that if they win this,
their first win.
Right, and then they'd still be 1-9.
Does that mean they're still the worst in the league?
I don't know. You guys, it's up for discussion. Here's your Lotus composition.
Are you telling me this is all for nothing, Mitch?
No.
Okay.
No, not at all.
They need their first win.
I would never have people listen to me for 2 hours for no reason. Yeah, composition there, we had the Neon set up for Jorgamo. Over on the MIBR side, hitting Lotus.
I didn't know you were tight with MIBR like that. Calling their nickname. Yeah, listen, I love this comp from EG. What they did with this comp against Furia was phenomenal. They were so proactive on defense. They were shutting down the chokes early, rotating around the map effectively, even using all of the agents to catch out the lurk players sometimes that would be working up towards A, and then suddenly you have Neon Breach just pouncing on you.
Yeah.
But in their last Lotus game against 100 Thieves, they were not able to get anything rolling on their defense at all. 100 Thieves completely had their numbers. So we'll see if they can turn things around here. MIBR just coming in with the default comp of 2024.
Very much so, of course. That Fade Raise setup is pretty nasty, especially when it comes to fighting for rubble early in these rounds. We're about to see just that here. Jorgmo's going to have a peek at it and cover that angle for Superman.
Go, go, go.
Now that we've established some sense of A control for the defenders, Jorg is somewhere else to be.
That's how it works with the Neon. Get that fast control, and then, much like his cat, Jorgmo is the zoomies, and he's on his way over to B. He's already there, gathered up with the Fade, with the Breach, as Superman retains the control they got on A early. If they want EG, maybe if they fight forward, they go for a split through the door on the mound players. They've got options.
And as far as MIB are concerned, EG have control of A and B right now. They might end up drifting back over. They can make use of that Viper lurk wall. Nature gets one mate off there in Baby Door, but it's just a fake. It's going to be Superman that's actually about to get a little busy. At least he can play off Nature here. Some of his util available for the Breach. Great timing on that. Should have been a freebie for Superman, but Bazine responds just in time. Nature's going to be forced back, and he is worse for wear. A is open for the taking.
It's a rare moment where Superman can capitalize, get a kill with some nice setup too. Pala, great second. Again, certainly no doubt that this kid has some mechanical talent coming from the Brazilian challenger scene over to Americas. Unrefined, but perhaps with MIBR, with Coach Fraud, they can make a star of him yet.
His pistol's been great, making use of that A wall. Sometimes it's a little bit more to the left, so it covers the upper side of back A. Doesn't matter though. Might be able to use that to get in the light. Switch up over towards A. It's up to APOP here. There's a short stint as Liazzi has his eyes trained on him.
Well done from MIBR, carrying the momentum from their second map win of the year into Lotus here. This is their pick, and it's their pick for a reason. This is the map where they have their other map win.
The only map that they won,
it was
right?
previously the only map they won. Yeah, this is where they beat Loud. And they looked really solid doing so. Rich had a fantastic showing. Dropped, I believe it was like 22 for 15. Top fragged on the fade during that series. So massive credit to him there. We'll see if they can repeat, get another win on Lotus.
The setup looked like it might have been identical with Superman taking a TP up, but the C's made him think twice about it. Parla takes a raw duel and gets punished. Mazzino at least is able to follow it up here, and EG frankly get gunned down on that A side.
That is just some TDM open firefight. Looking like my game's on Piazza, Mitch. Just straight swinging each other, except one side, they only had pistols, so MIBR make it all too easy. And now it's going to be EG's full buy. MIBR retaining a ton of those weapons from the prior. Rich, the only player getting somewhat close to an ultimate, the Nightfall. 3 orbs away. Would be nice to get access to that early on to win a crucial round like this, which would break that EG economy.
All we've really seen so far, Wyatt, is that like early pop from EG on the A side. That's it. Looks like they're set up for very much the same thing again. Maybe with some more util backing.
And of course, it is really strong with this comp from EG. It's so easy to garner that early A control. Just one fault line towards main. And you can see where Jojmo is at in tree. If he needs to, he can just
rotate back,
open the door, sprint straight out, gets rubble, yeah, or, you know, in a situation like this, rotate away. MIBR, they're going fast into B, though, and they've gained access to the site essentially for free.
Yep, the baby door one way again, a problem for EG. They're forced to respect it, played back behind it. And APOP could have given them an opportunity, eventually pushing out of C, got caught by Mazine. Nothing is working right now for EG. Want to flash the way out here. Parla's crosshair, a little wayward. Rich able to follow up though and find that damage. And oh, buddy, are we running it back again like this?
Oh my God.
Flawless here for MIBR on the gun round.
What a beautiful post plant. Massive credit to the IGL Mazine getting that crucial kill onto APOP. The way that it looked, the way that that situation was headed towards that, the majority of the time APOP should be getting that kill, frankly. I mean, look at APOP's angle versus Mazine's. He gets that nice flick. APOP didn't get that instant headshot. And even during that moment there, you can see Arts in the Viper on the minimap all the way over towards the far left. He was flanking all the way around, so even if MIBR had to fall back and he got space in the sight, they had that late backstab coming in.
We don't need to make the story up. We don't need to peddle a false narrative. This does mean something to MIBR.
It definitely does. You can see real emotion on their faces, on Coach Fraud's face, who's taken over this team in stage 2.
Yeah, he's got to prove himself too.
Absolutely.
Parla hits raw contact. Fault line, he definitely sidesteps it. A lot of util actually getting drawn out just by his little twinkle toes and the pitter-patter his footsteps there in B main.
And I'm not going to lie, Mitch, this series felt like a little bit of a throwaway for a second there, but if MIBR can get their first win, and if it means as much as it looks like it does to them to do it, they've got something to play for.
I'm glad you were honest there, Wyatt. You know, that chemistry.
That's why they listen. I would never lie to the viewers, Mitch.
Right, Prowler sees the trip. Parla removes it, walks straight on up. It's going to be Joel to maybe just push to his cyber cage at some point. Yep, finds one. That's about it, though. Really just pistols here for EG, and MIBR have already, again, behind this Viper setup. All the way over to A. They'll even have stairs control here. The deluxe version of the A hit.
Rich is on that very late backstab. One more kill for him would mean a Nightfall into the next, into the buy round.
Amazon getting a little caught there. Double face here through the smoke, but they come up with nothing. Nature and Daring are the screaming heat we referenced at the top of the show, and now it's Super with 5 HP. I still believe. Well, maybe the turret is a bit of an issue here.
Oh, no.
Oh,
no. Oh, and And falls into the molly too, just in case he decided to get back up.
Didn't have to pay for cremation. No respect.
Undertaker activity. No. Just didn't have to pay for cremation. So stupid.
Don't get a bit silly out here. It might be, honestly though, looking fantastic. I want to echo what the desk said, right? I think we spent a lot of time being maybe critical of what we were seeing from EG or what we weren't seeing, but MIBR have the confidence, they've got a sense of flow, and they've got a game plan. It's clear to see.
And now headed into this next buy round, economy on the line again for EG, of course. And because of that death, works as well as a kill for getting an ult, or Bridge has the Nightfall, Pala has the Showstopper. Two excellent ultimates for getting into a site. Opportunity to really run away with their attack half if they convert here.
This time MIBR might want to pull a little bit at this seaside extremity. Or at least they've seen what they want to. The wall's just come down over at A, that lurk wall, so now see Superman actually just sort of shoulder peeking towards A-Long. So very much contested territory over there if you're concerned about MIBR. Cam got removed. All right, Nightfall going to be thrown out now onto the C side. This is going to be APOF falling back to Halls. He's got to give it some ground, and Pala now takes a Showstopper, and Tom somehow not able to find that catch. Nature gets away with just 7 HP. Still, you're on the site now. Looks like that, yeah. Fast lane being thrown up there by Joel to try and get him into the action, but he gets instantly taken down. This Neon not really getting that value. Nightfall here affecting MIBR, but only now is there some waterfall presence being put up by EG.
That Nightfall connected onto everyone, but it doesn't even matter. EG can't even get in off the back of it.
He just holds his ground yet again. This will be another gun round for EG that goes straight down the gurgle. They've got to make something happen here. Derek gets in for one. Not mad enough, apparently. And again, EG put in the ground. And 3 guns saved by MIBR. There's a risk of this getting out of hand again.
The MIBR post-plant setups are looking really nice right now. That one earlier on B, now this one at C. They're doing a great job with just the fundamentals, just fighting with each other, holding the angles for each other, swinging for each other. The simple parts of the game they are doing right.
We talk a lot about the fundamentals. I think that's what we're seeing here. It's not an elaborate game plan. It really is MIBR trying to make an informed decision. They end up opting for the side. I really do think the Viper Wall is effective just to keep the defenders spread so much, but Joel wants to go for a play here through this smoke. There will be a healthy amount of target for him. But you notice that attacker smoke is thrown down. It essentially cancels out the defensive one-way there at the top of Mount. MIBR don't challenge it. They actually insert the Omen of Mazin, and now back behind this wall, they're going to hit A.
Making a lot of noise. Dragging all of those EG rotators over, but MIBR, they haven't.
So clean.
Yeah, nice first kill from Arzin. Wow, jumping through the wall, that was bold.
Relay bottles wall might be a problem for MIBR. Jorgamo backs off of it. Sees Pala, who just straight up wins the duel. Again, it's a weaponry issue for EG here.
Nicely done from Liazi. Containing over towards B. It was Mazin towards C, Liazi towards B, just keeping the options open for the MIBR team, containing both of those sites.
Beautiful. I mean, EG are spread so thin across this map. You can see where those kills are happening. And just a little bit of pressure over towards A precipitates a almost over-rotate by EG. Because they don't know who is set up at rubble behind that Viper wall. This is timeout territory if I've ever seen it, Wyatt.
Yeah, absolutely. EG will be on that one. I mean, for a second there, Arzin, I mean, almost allowing EG an opportunity into the round with that haphazard jump through the wall, dropping the rifle to jaw, but Pala picks things right back up. 9-3 right now for the rookie duelist. We are MIBR.
We are 6 rounds in, and both Nature and APOF are sitting on the fat goose eggs in terms of those kills. Superman leads the team with 3. Yeah, it's tough out here for Evil Geniuses. They are struggling to set up on any of these sites really with any degree of confidence, but again, their gun rounds have been few and far between. We have one coming up here. We have a fabled pot of timeout to try and set them up.
The retakes from EG have felt more disjointed than we've seen them in any of their games previously in this stage. Even that one just a couple rounds ago was the buy round, the one on C, where that Nightfall was used by Derek. It connected with everyone, but they weren't able to scale off of it. Jojmo just kind of sent it earlier on alone towards Mound and got picked off. And it's allowing MIBR to just win at the moment with better fundamentals in those post-plan situations. Jojmo is going to pick up the operator now. We actually saw against 100 Thieves, EG slow start on their defense. Jojmo picks up the op out of a timeout and then begin to turn things around. So I do think that MIBR should be aware that this is a possibility. They should have watched that game of EG versus 100 Thieves and seen exactly this play out.
Haunt there, thrown out towards A defensively. Jog is definitely in a great spot for this. Rich, despite his rookie status, does not take the risk. Will be smoked off now, so EG have cemented their C-mound control. MIBR are waiting for this wall to come down before they amble over towards A.
Prowler cleared out back rubble there for MIBR.
This wall's going to be short-lived, Wyatt.
Oh, will he peek this aggressively? Apoth is holding the cross with the camera.
Trip down, takes a shot. Jorg is able to find one. Liazzi now removed, and Apoth was hoping to make something happen there from Tree. Okay. Time for that Neon ultimate for Jorg. Really, though, little idea about what's going on. This one buddy's going to clear him out. Care. All right, flattens Artazine. Okay, this is what we're looking for from Jorg. That's 3. Beautiful stuff. Op dropped, but player advantage here for EG. No spike plant yet. Derek can take his time.
30 seconds
Eventually
left.
swings out, and it's all on Mazine. Derek was low, easy enough. Playing from behind that one way there, but Superman has the rat. We're out of here, baby. We're headed to C.
Just going to get that full TP away. I mean, if EG throw this round away right now.
Spike planted.
After coming so close, it should be free for Superman, and it is. Going to get that defuse now as well. Nature going to go find the operator, bring that back to Jaw, no doubt. He once again, same thing against 100 Thieves. As soon as he picked up that off.
I mean, he does this in a very difficult spot. I also have to attribute that to the ult. Nice moment here on Artazine. Yeah, tough to make these shots count. But one after one, MIBR walked into those. So we're going to have the op maintained, of course, for Jorgamos. Yeah, very much come alive in that previous round. Some relief here. There is a pathway forward. EG, maybe a couple more of these defense-sided rounds can have some degree of confidence heading into the attack side.
Again, favoring towards early A. It's just going to be a haunt thrown out. From Nazi as the rest of the squad, or Rich rather, the rest of the squad work towards B now.
Okay, a lot more early B pressure than we're used to seeing here. Oh, one way to Baby Door would mean this is open for the taking. And Parley gets himself into upper now. Gonna be a straight fight against Jaw, who's gotten rid of the op that's over in Superman's head. Oh. What a correction! What an important kill. CZ was thrown down on that B side. Viper's pit though for MIBR to play through. The economy for EG hasn't had a chance to establish itself yet. It still hangs in the balance. Parla pushes. Derek's so low. Flash from Nature is going to let him back into Baby Door, but on the corner with the shorty here. He just sprays it, gets picked off. Bit of a stumble here for MIBR. The numbers are even. Can Superman do anything with his operator? The Artsy's timing is everything, and Derek was flashing it. How does he do that? As far as we can tell, he's not even looking at the player. Viper's pit though still going to be a problem, and Artazine finds 2.
Standing.
It's Mazine v Superman. The dying seconds of the round. Mazine needs to find the timing, but Superman may have bailed them out. No! It's too late! Oh, devastating for EG!
I love how MIBR are playing these rounds. This is fantastic calling from Mazin. They have one player, Rich, their fade, just containing towards A, getting the information, throwing that haunt out, while the rest of the team work up towards B. They know EG love going for this 4-person deep A aggression, and they take advantage of that by getting quite freely into the B site, and then focusing their attention on getting Pallet into heaven, and then they know they just have to fight towards Baby Door. They know where EG are going to be coming from en masse on the retake.
It's the only way EG can adequately hedge their bets between present on B and on the A side of the map. They're spread so thin. Showstopper here for Pala. A fast hit. There is something you two to respect here. And he spots it. So, 3C side now. We are straight into the retake. And EG at least have the Rolling Thunder here to play with.
I love how active Pala's getting in these post plants, but he will need some help.
We just got around the corner.
Wow, swings it, knows he can take that 1v1 against APOP with a nade denying any trade attempts.
He's got a node. Sticking around too long could hand a Vandal over. So wisely he pulls out. Oh, super. Always seems to be the one at the top here. Sees avoided by Richie, steps back. Paranoia also missing the TP on the Superman. Yeah, no one was flashed by that, brother. Slide from Jorgamo straight into the shot. And it's up to Nature here with the Rolling Thunder.
Commits the Rolling Thunder to that.
It's bizarre. Obviously a chance in the next here for EG to buy up. I think they might want to take it there, but good money after bad, it seems.
MIBR more than happy to take that little cherry on top of the round already. I love what I'm seeing from Pala right now. 13 for 6.
One enemy remaining.
For the duelist who just came to the Americas only a few weeks ago to play with MIBR, only had ever played in Brazilian Challengers, never against this tier of competition, and that's really the disconnect that's happening right now between these Brazilian partnership teams and the teams in Challengers. Those guys in Brazilian Challengers, they're not getting the same experience, and so when a team like MIBR takes a risk and brings in Pala and Rich, there's an adjustment period. They really have to get acclimated to the level of play that all of these teams exist on. It's on a totally different tier. And of course it's going to take some time, but it's promising when you see a player like him having a performance like this early on. It lets them know, it lets Fraud, the coach, know that there's something there to mine at, that he might be a diamond in the rough.
This is the last timeout of the map for EG, and if things keep going this way, Wyatt, the last one of the year. The last chance for Potter to have some impact here on these players to spur them to a comeback. They've not looked themselves off color, listless, and a little sluggish.
Seems a little bit like this might be one of those games where you come into as a heavy favorite and you feel like surely you're just going to win it out, and then when the other team has
we get one of those
fire in their belly, yeah, there's always one. There's always one, and this might just be it. Again, EG focused up for fighting towards A. No, Joshua opens the door but slips away very quickly. So the adjustment being made here is to just essentially feign that same early A pressure, but they have moved into B quickly now.
They are way more reluctant.
Re-clearing with the Prowlers straight away. It's broken by Liazi.
This does mean that their A position is weaker now. Right there. But MIBR, from what they've seen, have thought in the past they could just walk into B with a smoke for baby door, so they might be thinking something similar here. Such a small adjustment. Having Derek and Jorgamo play a little bit closer to B main. Stairs smoke, they are trying to make sure Jorg gets pulled over to A. Derek low, not a great start for him. They're going to push into this now. There's going to be Cypher watching the other angle. APOP is here, and Derek's able to win the fight out anyway. He might be R. Just when you think they might look to slow it down. They go up and here, and Jorgamo is shut it! And here it is! It's just Superman left, and he's on the A side of the map. 4 players here for MIBR to paint the town red over at B. And an adjustment from EG to leave more of that B presence just isn't enough.
They just cannot even win the duels straight up when they're there. The MIBR players looking electrified compared to an EG that just looks sluggish.
Feels like they've already jumped on the plane and headed home for the year. In many senses. They ran. See the idea though, I get it. It's just some of these raw duels that are getting taken. I really think seeing APOP post up on that link angle, I think there's something here, surely.
Jorgamo just has to be winning that duel against a weak Artzin.
It's just one at a time.
Mazin just walking around the map, winning every single duel. A guy who was quite literally the lowest rated player in the league during Stage 1 and has elevated his individual play significantly in Stage 2. Simultaneously being the IGL for the team, integrating 2 new players into the team. 3 new players into the team, but 2 of whom are just rookies, and look at him go, man! It's a completely different player.
Absolute disrespect here for MIBR. EG walk up into that, to be fair, and they hold their ground, even though stuns everything. that EG has left is being thrown at MIBR, and frankly, it's just sliding straight off. They haven't checked tree, but they can surmise there might be someone posted up here. In fact, they exposed themselves to this Nature position. Ammunition, an issue there for Nature, and still, despite being blinded, he's able to take the shot. Oh, I'm sorry. It's a 10-1 scoreline between MIBR and EG.
We are. Yes. Your eyes do not deceive you.
I'm ready to use lemon juice as contact lens solution after this.
It is an absolute blowout win right now. At least we're headed to it for MIBR. Their first win of the season, their last game of the season.
And you know what the worst part is? Why do they do this? They look good. They look good here. No, we don't get to see more for a bit. Cursed, so cursed. But a great few rounds they put together. Last round of the half here for EG. They've been able to buy up at least. They can take a, well, 2 rounds obviously means the pistol means everything in that second half. Would anyway, frankly.
Paolo just a couple orbs away from getting that showstopper. Ready to go for this final round of the first half. Attempt from Liazzi, so much cash. He just throws that operator away, picks up the rifle. Pressure on Superman.
Only one player there actually got paranoia, but Superman is the one to go down. That's been given up all too readily by Nature. And now the Viper will become so much more deadly.
Face your fear!
Here's the paranoia. This should yield info about... Oh, Joel just got away as the Black Tide came in for him. No, looks like he is still marked. Okay. So plenty of info here for MIBR. The TP up, and Pilot just dives on in. It's going to be traded back. So neural theft active here. Spike going to get pulled out of A awful quick because B is open for the taking.
Nicely done from Artzin. He got that crucial kill over towards the baby door. Gives them the call to rotate towards B, the fast rotate, get the spike down. Now they just have to trade this out. 3v2. Information gained on A-Pop. 1v1 opportunity for Nature, though.
Even up
MIBR disconnected.
Player on site here in Artazine. A-Pop has a sense of it. Artazine's in trouble. He's got a swing ball. The high-low setup was there, but Artazine got caught by the aftershock. So EG get to make it somewhat quasi-moderately respectable with a second round on defense here. It's a tough half to play, we know. But MIBR with 10 rounds going into the next half looks terrifying.
They look focused up. They look so much more fired up than we've seen them. I mean, we've never seen them in a position like this in any map over the entire year, I don't think. At least since stage 1, where they've been dominant like this. They can feel it, Mitch. The win is within their grasp. Last second glory is within their grasp. They just have to cross the finish line. EG are just kind of just giggling, giggling away, laughing it off just a bit.
Some complex emotions there on the face of EG, but now they get to settle into the ostensibly easier half on the second side of this map. Don't go too far. More Lotus coming at you as MIBR are poised to take the whole series away.
What's up, y'all? I saw the graphic there.
Banger take.
Yeah.
That was good.
Hey, guys. What's up, y'all? MIBR, they are on the precipice. And, you know, there was something that Uber and Wyatt, I think, pointed out very expertly in the cast, which was that you see the passion. You see how much they want this dub. And MIBR are playing like it. And they're giving it to EG.
Yeah, and that's where I think it goes back to the conversation we were having earlier about this win matters today but also it matters for what's next, right?
Yeah.
It matters for what's next for the players individually.
Like Artson said.
Yeah, it matters for what's next for next year. There's so much that they can build off of here, and it seems like they fully believe they can do it, and they want it.
Yeah, and I mean, I think they're playing the best that we have seen this team play ever. The comp on map number 1 was really good. They're playing a default comp here, but I think the fundamentals have looked good. That was a clean half of Valorant. You saw players stepping up big time in a way we haven't seen from these guys before. Their season is over, but in this match, they are locking in, and I think showing the potential that they couldn't in those matches that did matter.
Oh, for sure. I don't know what Coach Frog gave the boys for breakfast, but give it to them every week. That's what I say. In any case, so let's send it back over to your casters for the close.
10-2 at the half for MIBR. Again, going from winless, only with 1 map win to their name. Now looking to sweep aside an EG who don't seem to know what day it is. Almost sheepish, the giggles from them after managing to win that last round of that first half. Now they're going to knuckle down for this pistol. That means a heck of a lot.
1-3-1 default to open this up for EG, who would have to make an unbelievable comeback. Their attack side definitely looked better than defense. Last we saw them playing Lotus, which was that crucial game against 100 Thieves just last week. But the deficit that they're suffering right now is of far more significance than it was during that game.
There.
Jaws shows his shoulder there, just around the corner. And if he figures out the 3 players for MIBR at this site, it's going to be a huge amount of info for EG. If he's smoked, so I'm playing at least 1 player of presence over there. And Apoth is seeing what he can dig up. Here we go, pulling out of C slowly. Or EG at least considered it.
Apoth hasn't really been able to do much so far in this map. An opening here on the lurk would mean so much for the team.
He knows! He knows why. Apoth caught out, still looks like A is going to be the call for MIBR. For now it's a 2 versus 2. Straight into trio calls as Jorg joins them pretty quickly. Nazim playing inside of his own smoke here a bit further forward, denying that alternate approach to the site. Swing timing not helping him, but Liazi's good for it. Jorg brings him down. Player advantage now for MIBR to work with 7 seconds left to plant. It's got to be stuck. There's no choice. Then the pistol being lost for EG. And all of a sudden, this gets 10 times harder.
Mazine, MIBR just reading them with ease right there. They pick off that flank from Apoth, and then they stand steadfast in the A site. In fact, they actually rotate an extra player in, push even deeper, play in the smoke.
That was anchoring perfectly there.
But yeah, that was just such a nice rotation to get in deeper into the site as EG were rotating to hit it. MIBR now on the cusp of winning. EG are going to force into this round. And that's only 3 stingers. This is not a good force.
Jorgamo just gets it over with quickly. Charges on in, picked up instantly. Again, Summoners util being expended. Might be a B look, though, for EG. Rich to some degree is ready for it. A huge amount of damage on Superman, but he has to give up that angle. Awkward. Artisan tries to assist there for a waterfall. Tough shots to hit, to be fair. And the Arts is going to back away with 62 health. 2 players coming in from Baby Doll, but the spike's headed towards C here. Superman has to drop. Here's the timing. Pala doesn't check it. This could be 2. Oh! Just 1. Pala, the last one standing, who has to make this happen with an outlaw. 1 shot would do it. Gonna be seized here. Oh boy, Derek!
Perfect nade.
Doesn't respect it. Can't do anything about it. Now Bulldog pick up Papala.
So weak.
Eyes towards Waterfall. He has a feeling about it.
So aware. What a performance from Pala today on this second map.
That's a backbreaker.
What a way to cap off the season for MIBR, but him as well as an individual joining the league late and making a statement in the final hour. And Mitch, thank God we don't get paid by the map, because MIBR making this a fast day. Did not expect to see a blowout like this against EG.
Not a chance. Derek here, yeah, he knows he can't swing too wide to the left, but it gets him caught by the nades. And Pala knows. Look at that energy. Rich feeling it. Showing the world what they can do. This late season rebuild for MIBR when all was lost. Now showing the true potential of these young stars.
MIBR working their way
There.
slowly towards A. Prowler to gain some info, as you know, or Mazine rather, just slips away.
Paranoia hits Jorg there. Fast lane thrown up. More pressure over towards Tree here, but it looks like EG elsewhere are trying to get out. And this is being matched by Artazine across the map. He is making that big rotation, and there's still the C presence for Liazzi. He has an outlaw too.
EG slowing things down in the mid-round, perhaps just trying to give Apoth a moment to work the map. Such an aggressive lurker. It's the style that Potter likes to have him play. Opportunity for a duel, but loses to Artazine, who's just been unstoppable for MIBR the past 2 weeks.
A paltry 2 rounds to EG's name, forced to force by for every single round of this game to come.
Go, go, go.
Jaw onto the side, quickly able to cross here, check Tree, it's clear.
30 seconds left.
C now cleared by MIBR, so they're going to be late to this retake. They've got plenty of that util to work with when push comes to shove over here.
Following has already been used, and now this is going to be important. Artazine, Derek playing over towards the baby door. Who will win this engagement if Artazine does?
Derek's watching it.
Should be the nail in the coffin, spots him out.
Derek pulled off the angle at just the wrong moment. And Artazine gets to have him for breakfast. 3 kills already. Molly thrown out. Jaw going to respond with one of his own, but he's very, very low. It's only Jaw, all on Jaw, in fact. And that'll be it. MIBR don't just win, don't just find their first win of the season, they crush EG. And send them packing with a whimper.
I mean, I am shocked at the result here on Lotus. Bind was impressive. They bring out their new comp. They look fantastic with it. Clearly put so much time into that behind the scenes. But Lotus is a good map for EG too, despite it being MIBR's pick. Absolutely destroy them. Finally, after a drought. What was that? 8, 9 games? I can't even remember at this point. 9 losses in a row. They finally get one at the very, very end.
They avoid the DFM curse. Ridiculous stuff. You can see, yeah, look, I mean, Derek not even really believing what went on. Apoth in that last map, only 2 kills, 15 deaths. Not able to be the aggressive lurker he's known to be. Really had to anchor that seaside. But MIBR with Par, leading the way, brimming with confidence and executing beautifully.
Giving those rookies a taste of victory on the stage for the first time. What it feels like to get a win in the Partnership League coming from Challengers Brazil, picked up for this stage 2. Only got to the country to play with the squad a few weeks ago.
And such little time to practice, to prepare. Such a huge overhaul on this roster.
And that man on the screen too, you have to give credit to Mazin. He's been so good in stage 2. The step up from stage 1 is just so immense. IGLing the team, integrating new players into the team, integrating rookies into the team. So impressive.
And so, of course, the story for 2024 ends for both of these teams. EG end the year at 4-6, falling just short of an opportunity at playoffs. Of course, that game versus 100 Thieves, it was all on the line in that matchup. And for MIBR, who showed us something in Kickoff, went conspicuously quiet over the rest of the year. Huge rebuild, change of coach, 3 new players come into the team, and then finally starting to make up some ground here. And hoping for them, it'll be able to pave the way into next year as Partnership, of course, continues, and these young players now have had a chance to taste victory here on the stage. That's only going to whet the appetite.
Absolutely. They've got the pieces. It's just about putting it all together now over the off season. Fraud has a lot to think about. Their new head coach, he's been head coach, I believe, since the beginning of stage 2, has obviously done some good work integrating some new comps that have worked really well today, that Bind comp. And he definitely has a lot to consider in regard to the players that he has on offer, the rookies. Artazine swap to Sentinel has been fantastic.
Looking like a night and day difference,
An incredible player. He was good on Duelist, no doubt, but his Sentinel play is at a totally different level.
That's absolutely where he seems to have been able to thrive. We watched him, play a lot of Jet early on up against the best in the world, back then, the Demon Ones. And a lot of these players, that MIBR roster, didn't see him brimming with confidence, didn't really see him feeling like he could establish himself as someone that could stand toe-to-toe with those players. But now Artazine and the rest of MIBR, they've made some progress here at the end of the season. So let's head down to Smix on the stage for our Verizon post-match interview.
Thank you very much, Mitch, and congratulations, Artisan, as MIBR takes down Evil Geniuses 2-0. An amazing, phenomenal performance. Before this match, you told me that this match did mean a lot and that you'd be putting your heart out there. Finally, you get this win against EG. It's your first win since kickoffs. Tell us what it means to you.
I mean, it was really good to finally win after the tough season that we had. But yeah, like I said, we worked a lot, very hard to at least leave the tournament with a single one. So yeah, just our work, doing good. That's it.
Indeed, Coach Fraud was talking about how, despite the stakes or the lack thereof, he is playing and practicing with you guys as if it's any other game. And Coach Potter actually mentions that she did get a little bit taken aback by the curveball with the double sentinel comp on map number 1 on Bind. So what is the reason that you guys like that double sentinel comp on Bind?
So Fraud liked that comps a lot because he liked to create new things. And since we were playing against Deadlock and Cypher on some scrims, we thought I could use because it's really strong if you know how to play it. So we just put everything on it and we just gamble. Finally did the work, so that's it.
Yeah, we definitely saw it pay off. And now I want to give you an opportunity. Obviously, we as fans and viewers get to see you every week playing on stage after stage. What do you want to say to all of your fans watching, the viewers that are watching from home? What would you like to say to them now that this is the last time we'll get to speak to you?
I had to say thank you guys for everything. Thank you for the fans, for the viewers, for people who were crowding for us. I'm really happy to leave the tournament, the season with a 1, but I'm not over, so I'll see you guys next year, and I'll be better. Thank you.
Absolutely. We're hoping to see you as well, Artisan. For now, that will be it for match number 1. We'll have match number 2 with Leviathan taking on Furia after this break.
Line's been drawn. They're picked to pieces. Cloud9 are so good.